My name is James Kennedy. I'm conducting this interview with George Petro, who served in the U.S. Navy during World War II. The interview is being conducted on Saturday, April the 21st, 2018, and I'm in George and Rose Petro's home in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So, Mr. Petro, could you tell us what was happening during prior to World War II, where you were, and how you ended up going into the Navy?
I was not drafted, okay? In order to have me being able to get in the Navy, I had to make an allowance for my mother, okay? And I worked in the mill for because of being in the war, before the war. I volunteered.
Okay.
Okay, I volunteered. In order to get into, I had to make allowance for my mother.
When you say make an allowance,
I had to give her some of the, I didn't get a full pay.
Oh.
Okay? And then I was drafted. I wasn't drafted. I volunteered out of the mill was worse than it standing there because the damn thing, had a dangerous job.
Okay.
And then, so I went and volunteered.
So you had a very dangerous job in a mill.
Right.
And the war started, or let's just say the conflict started happening, and you enlisted. You had to go through training, right? Was there basic training?
I went to Dogwood, Virginia.
Okay.
And I went through 3 things to get to, first, I was a 3rd class Navy man. Then I was a 2nd class coxswain.
Okay.
COXSWALN. That's a rating up in Dogwood, Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
And I learned how to be a third, they call them boatswain mates too.
Okay.
Okay, I was a 3rd class boatswain mate.
So you got the training that the Navy provided.
Yes, right. I went through boot camp.
Okay. Was that hard or was that real easy?
No, that's not bad. That was up in Maryland.
Okay.
Bainbridge, Maryland.
Bainbridge.
Yeah. I went under the Francisco Bridge.
Okay.
I was in charge of people that was getting sick.
Okay. So you end up out in San Francisco Bay. Is that?
Yeah.
Was there a train involved at all?
Yeah, I went to boot camp.
Okay.
Okay. And for boot camp, I went to. I'll tell you a little story too.
All right.
I was standing in line to go to the movies, and I heard somebody call me, "Hey, Pedro! Hey, Pedro!" I looked, and he got out of the store, and they put him in stockade like.
They arrested him.
And he said, "I'll see you later." He was first in line.
So
His name was Jimmy Crowley.
Okay, and he ended up in the stockade.
Yeah.
What was the name of the boat that you were assigned to, your first ship?
First ship I was invited, I think AO 73 was an oiler.
Okay.
Or a new tanker. Okay.
All right.
That was, I think it was AO 73, I'm not sure.
Okay.
73 or 75.
All right, so they just assigned a number to them, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I stayed on that, okay, all the time the ship was hit.
Okay.
Okay, all the people that, let me say this to you, they had a mass for him, okay?
Mm-hmm.
A mass for him.
Okay.
But of all the people that died on that ship, now I wasn't on that ship.
Mm-hmm.
But I was waiting to go on it.
Oh, okay.
And then I went on it was 73 or 75, I'm not sure which. And then they used to put me on a ship.
Like
But I wasn't there when the war started.
Randolph, is that the name of a ship you were on?
CV-15.
Okay,
New one.
so it was just built.
Yeah.
Okay,
No, it was repaired
okay.
because kamikaze hit it. Now let me just tell you this. Of all the time I spent in the service, I never fired a gun.
Okay.
Because of my rate, I was in charge of a bunch of people, 43 people or 42.
Okay.
Okay, and then when the thing was repaired, they put me aboard that, and I stayed on that carrier with that Randolph, Randolph.
What were you in charge of?
I was just by myself beside a lead gunner I had.
Okay.
His name was Cole, and I had to touch him because you couldn't, so much battering on, you couldn't talk. So I had to touch him, and I touched him accidentally, and he fired like hell and knocked. I scared, I guess.
So
I was so scared. I couldn't open my mouth. I was no shut because of the moisture or whatever there was. Cooks and stuff, they didn't actually, and they would run off, when they boom, 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 they run off. And a lot of them run off, and I said they wanted to put them under court-martial. And I said, I don't know what they were doing. I said, I was too busy with the guns, which I was. I guess I scared too,
it sounded like some men were really afraid.
Yes.
And did they get into trouble for being afraid?
Yes, they wanted to court-martial.
Okay, that would have been bad.
And I said to them, if I told you I was seeing what they were doing, I said I'd be lying. So there was an officer that showed me where the plane was, how high it was, and everything else, from where it's coming in. And I relayed that to the people. And they put me on shore patrol. Okay? When we would, they give you 2 beers and put you on it. I got a picture of that.
It's interesting that they gave you two cans of beer.
2 bottles of beer.
2 bottles of beer. And what they put you on shore, and you were on some sort of guard duty, or?
Yeah, shore patrol they call it.
Okay.
I didn't get no beer.
Oh, okay.
I did get 2 beers, and I sold them for $1 a piece, because I had a fruit beer.
Okay.
Let me tell you something about that.
All right.
In Hawaii, okay, I hitchhiked all over the island,
Could I ask you a question about the kamikaze airplanes? So was the Randolph that you were on, was that attacked by kamikazes?
Yes.
The kamikaze attack, it didn't sink your ship or anything like that?
No, it was on fire.
Okay.
Okay. And they put the fire out, and then they brought it into an island and fixed it all up.
Okay.
But here, let me tell you something. Some of them guys that was dead was never dead. They came to their own funeral.
How's that?
Because when they hit the kamikaze hit it, there was guys flew everywhere.
Oh, no kidding.
Okay, some died, some didn't, but they didn't know who all died.
What would the biggest battle do you think you were part of, or
In Sea of Japan.
the Sea of Japan?
Yeah.
Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, it happened so fast. Okay, I was in charge, and That's when he won the court-martial of these guys.
Oh,
So this kid said to me, he said, I'd like to wrestle you. He was champion in school, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I'll tell you what you do. If you wrestle me, how about you boxing me?
Okay.
He said, no, he wouldn't do that.
So during the downtime on the ship, he challenges you to a wrestling match, and you challenge him to a boxing match.
I said to him, this is what we do. And I went down there, wait on him, and he never came.
Okay.
He never came.
Was it common on the ship for people to enjoy some downtime, or was it all work all the time?
No, same time. Like when these guys got 2 cans of beer or 2 bottles of beer, that was just leisure. And when I say Petro, I was in charge
Mm-hmm.
of the people which they got off the boat.
Okay.
And there's a picture someplace.
Okay. So I've also heard you say that you were maybe outside of Iwo Jima.
Yeah, right.
And that.
Jimmy when he dropped the bomb.
Mm-hmm.
And I never heard of it, never seen it, but I heard of it after they started dropping them on him.
So was your ship? Was it your ship shooting toward Iwo Jima to kind of soften it up? Or what was your ship doing with respect to Iwo Jima?
They would get ready and there was people coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now let me tell you something about that. It got dark.
Mm-hmm.
So they never on in the ship they turned the lights on. The ship was a big target.
Okay.
And these guys wasn't making this thing. They were dropping it. Some of them was short, or some of them was too far over when they were landing, and they was spinning around and fall out.
Oh, okay.
Out of the ocean. They didn't pick them up.
No kidding. So, were men from your boat going into Iwo Jima? Were they going to shore to fight the Japanese?
Yeah. Well, we was in action.
Other big battles that your ship. And we've talked about Iwo Jima. Did you go anywhere else in the Pacific Theater there?
Yeah.
What's another big place? Anything about the Philippines?
Yeah, we liberated them.
Okay.
Remember when the cars went on land? We were always there.
Mm-hmm.
We was in the battle of what's the name? Battle of Philippines.
Okay. Now you say you liberated.
Yeah, we liberated them.
Who was liberated?
Philippine Islands.
Oh, okay. So was it both American servicemen or the people of the Philippines?
Just the people.
Okay.
Okay, what we had to do was wait for when that was over, and then they in the Philippines they put women behind a big fence, and they were ugly women.
Okay, so Who was putting these women behind a fence?
The Philippines.
Okay, so they're their own.
They had a thing. Let me tell you something about monkeys. Okay, these smart sailors would take monkeys, pay them $15 for them. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and then when they took them, went to throw them on the ship, they threw them off the ship, took them back. So they kept selling them things.
Can you tell me what the Great Marianas Turkey Shoot? What is that?
That means they were probably shooting them airplanes out of the air. Okay, that's what they were. Everything that came at us, we knocked down.
No kidding.
You can see the shells going over them.
Okay.
Now, when I sat down underneath the flight deck, okay, I couldn't open my mouth. I sweat out of them and shaking like hell.
It sounds like the guns on your ship. Were they? Do you remember the caliber of those
Yeah,
weapons?
20 millimeter.
20 millimeter guns.
Yeah, 20.
And
What they had, we had 42 gunners and loaders,
mm-hmm.
and three gunner mates.
Okay.
That's the guys with. But he was going to run a ship, this kid, and I didn't like that.
All right.
I was out there, you know.
So it was called a turkey shoot because
Yeah, and because you were shooting so many.
yeah, that usually means it was easy. So it sounds like that was a successful effort by the
Yeah.
Navy, by your ship.
Yeah.
So was there ever a kamikaze that got shot down
Yeah.
by the gunners of your ship? Can you tell us about
Yeah,
that?
we were shooting right at him.
Okay. And did was he destroyed before he hit the ship?
Yeah, I think so.
Nice.
Well, it did come back. You know what I mean?
Oh man.
I don't know how you doing on that.
Very good. The ship itself, was the food any good? Was the
Yeah.
okay?
The food was good.
Okay.
But they fed us on the gunners,
Okay.
on the guns. That's how we fed. They had a big coffee pot like this here,
Uh-huh.
and they gave us something to eat.
Okay.
And what we would do, they would give us food, you know, and they would one here, one there, one there, and that's how they passed the food out.
Mm-hmm.
So I had the kid take a thing of one thing, and I didn't know what it was. It was tomato juice. Tomato juice. See how they do it? They do it like this here. Pass it on to each one.
Mm-hmm. Tomato juice, that not as good as a bottle of beer.
I said to a guy when I was in the wire, and I said to him, "Give me a beer, give me an iron," I said, and he did, and I was shocked.
You had an Iron City beer in Hawaii.
Yeah, in the wire on the way out.
Well, that's pretty good. That's a local Pittsburgh beer, huh?
Yeah. And another thing is, one time I was sitting on the bowl going to the bathroom, and I reached down and I seen a paper, little paper, you know, like you see that you have in there, and it says Sun Telegraph. Sun Telegraph. I was shocked. You know, it was all about Pittsburgh.
And you were 2,000 miles away from Pittsburgh, and
Yeah,
you
right.
see a Sun Telegraph newspaper.
See how they used to do. We put our ship in the middle of all the other big ships.
Okay.
Okay, that's where we were. And the consequences, what made it in there, we shot down.
Okay. Nice. Life on the ship. What about your sleeping quarters? How was that?
What I used to do is very dangerous thing. I used to shoot in a magazine what the bullets were, you know,
Okay.
because I didn't want to be caught going across the deck.
All right.
I had to general quarters. Let's see now. I would run out of the top deck and run across the carrier because I was on the right side.
Okay.
Okay.
All righty. When you were on the ship, where did you have a bed or?
I had a bunk.
Okay.
What I would do, I wouldn't go on there. I'd stay there, the closest to the guns.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't know if that was dumb or not, but that's what I did. And then my duties was, we used to, whenever we were taking new pilots, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and the ship was rocking, but when they ship, they call what they call a nigger head, okay. It's a big, you wrap a rotor around it and press a button, and it takes the slack in the thing.
Okay.
But okay. We did it manually. Not by a machine, we did it ourselves, pull them in.
All right.
And I mean that, they took a picture. I was honest with my forward control officer.
Mm-hmm.
And I, coming up through one day, there was the officer hanging in it, hiding.
You find an officer who was hiding.
Yeah, he was running towards the general quarters, you know. But he went the fastest way was to go in and go up.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's interesting. Was this during an attack or?
Yeah, we're being attacked.
Amazing.
They had a list of guys died.
Okay. So people died on your ship.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Not me. They didn't want me.
Well, I'm glad they didn't get you. When somebody died, what would they do with the bodies when you're out at sea?
What they did, they went to the ship into a repair ship.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and then they buried them there. We didn't have that business of sliding them out, you know.
Yeah. So there were no burials at sea.
No.
They would transport them on the repair ships.
Yeah, right.
Okay. That's
Everyone.
yeah, that would be awful.
Yeah.
All those bodies.
You know, the family. First of all, what they did, they drug the hangar. You know, they have elevators.
Okay.
They go up and down to take them, the planes down and planes up,
Mm-hmm.
and ammunition up and everything.
Okay.
This making any sense?
It is, Mr. Petro. This is great. You know, I have a question for you that I've been wondering about. World War II was Hitler, it was Mussolini, it was Hirohito. Do you ever think about how important it was that the United States, you guys, defeated these men?
Well, you know what? They didn't last. What the hell his name was a stupid guy. He did nose up in the air, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and he was the first one. They defeated
Which country was that?
Italians.
Was it Mussolini or before Mussolini?
Mussolini.
Okay.
Mussolini.
He was the first one to go.
Yeah.
Do you remember how he ended?
In the desert battles.
Yeah.
They lost, and they hung him. They
Right.
hung him by the feet, the neck out. But they hung him. Not us. We didn't do none of that.
Yeah. Well, your feeling about the war, did it feel like it was going to go on forever,
No.
or
No.
did you feel
see
like
it.
you could win?
They actually was training us. It's training people on the ship and other people. We were training with this machine gun,
Mm-hmm.
okay? And I said, boy, I hope I was afraid to go on yelling because they were crazy people.
Okay.
I was afraid of that.
I could see that.
I hope I'm doing good for you.
It is. It's going great. Was there a time the skies were just filled with planes?
Yeah.
Who-
In the service or not, these guys, they were ditching the planes because it was dark,
Mm-hmm.
okay? And they try to land. They would take off anybody's planes,
Mm-hmm.
and they'd take any of ours. And that's when he turned the lights on, and boy, that's the biggest dumb thing I've seen in my lifetime. They were sitting like a damn big. The lights were on all around the ship.
Did the ship get attacked when those lights were on?
No, they were taking anybody's ships,
Mm-hmm.
and they were guess they're used to what they were doing. But they were land and missed the ship
Mm-hmm.
underneath.
Okay.
Hit it. They were hitting the ship themselves because it was all there fussing around.
Talking now about the end of the war, and can you remember where you were when the bombs fell on Nagasaki and Hiroshima?
In the ocean on the
And
Sea of Japan.
so, how did you hear that we had dropped those two?
That girl,
Tokyo Rose?
yeah, right. She would, what I did, like I told you, I wouldn't bathe in here because if you run out of the water, it was salt water. So I would go down every night when it's dark and take a bath,
Okay.
okay, in the sink because you got fresh water.
And this
Okay.
was on the boat?
Yes.
Okay.
And then I heard music, and I heard Rose say about this war's ended. I said, did I hear right? I said to the guy, he said, what do you mean? I said, war ended? He said, yes.
That's amazing. Did you ever think it was going to end?
Yeah, because we were shooting them down like pigeons. Okay, we were killing them.
Good for us. So you're in the Sea of Japan, and you hear Tokyo Rose say that the war is over
Yeah.
because of the bombs in Nagasaki and
Then I
Hiroshima.
went to through the channel, and here's something about when you go to hit Panama City, Panama.
Hmm.
I got drunk.
Did you now?
Yeah, I got drunk. It's this guy. He was in this bed here, and his brother had a restaurant a saloon in Panama. So whenever you went to the Panama, they take the ship away for the people, and then they put it in by a guide.
Hmm.
And then throw your cap
Oh boy.
off the ship.
Do all the men throw their caps off?
I don't know. I didn't stick around. I don't want to stick around. I'll tell you something. There was two Marines came out of one day. I went to mass, okay, and two Marines come out swearing. So this priest went poof, 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 dragged him in there. He said, "Stay in," and the guy's dying because the ship's hitting him. A lot of interesting things.
Well, so can we talk about weather when you were out in the ocean? Was there ever any tremendous bad weather when you were out at sea?
Not that I know of.
What is meant by Halsey's typhoon?
Huh?
Halsey's typhoon.
I don't know.
When you came home,
You know
Dad,
what that means?
the typhoon you went through on the way home. The typhoon.
Yeah, okay. I know that, but I don't know what to call it.
Oh, okay. What's it like being in a typhoon?
I don't know. Because I was still staying on this thing. I'll tell you something. What surprised me, I'm thinking about this. These two guys that used to wrestle again. Okay, now the water, bang, bang, bang. At first one's off. Yeah.
Well, so shore leave. Shore leave was considered to be pretty fun, to get off the boat and.
I got a picture of me standing there, making sure they're coming off the landing craft.
Okay, nice.
Now, what they did to me once, they needed help, and they sent me in a bunch of Navy men to go on and help them.
Mm-hmm.
I said, what the hell I want to do that for? They said, shoot me. But I went, I had to do.
We've talked about before the war, we've talked about you enlisting, and we've talked about the war up to the end. What happened in your life after you get home from the war? Were you married?
No.
So tell us a little bit about what you did when you got back home, and where did you come home to?
I came home to Pittsburgh.
There you go.
Okay, when it was late in the evening, that they released us. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
they send our stuff ahead of us. All right. Now there was a guy owed me $10. Okay, and he wasn't paying, but his wife was coming to pick him up at the where they're releasing him.
Mm-hmm.
So I said to him, have your wife pick me up and drop me off in Erie or Buffalo. That's what I said to him. So this guy was listening to me. He said, listen, I'm from Pittsburgh. Can I go with you? I said, yeah. He said, you know where to go? I said, I think so. So I figured it out, how to get home. Rules of movies.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then you drop them off. I hitchhiked a ride back to Buffalo, up to Buffalo, all the way down
To Pittsburgh. Was your mom still alive when you
Yes,
got
yes.
back?
Yeah.
And did you move back into your home?
Yes.
Okay, because then you come home. You're a serviceman home from the war.
Yes, sir.
What do you start to do?
What did I start to do?
Yeah, did you go to work? Did you relax?
Yeah, I did. No, I worked with a guy, a friend of mine, the tugboat.
Tugboat.
Tugboat, and I helped him. He would pay me $1 an hour. Everything he gets, I'd get $1 of.
Okay.
So that's how I went. I hitchhiked home.
So you're home from the war. You've got a job.
I had a job.
Can you tell us when you got married, how you met Rose?
I tell you this much here. I was drinking, okay, and I was huffing and puffing, and she said to me, "You blowing in my ear." I said, "I put a better place than that at the dance floor." And she said, "You hold me too tight. I can't move." I wasn't much of a dancer. She was a dancer.
Okay.
That's how I met her at a banquet.
Well, so you met Mrs. Petro. Well, she wasn't Mrs. Petro yet, but you met her dancing.
Yeah, at a banquet.
At a banquet. One of my favorite stories that you've told, Mr. Petro, and I can almost repeat it word for word. You said that you saw, you went to a dance hall, and the only guy that was getting any girls was the guy that could dance. So you said, "I'm going to learn how to dance."
Yeah, she taught me.
Mrs. Petro did.
Yeah.
On this other camera, I'm going to record Mrs. Petro, and we're going to make Mrs. Petro part of the film. How long did you guys, what did they call it? Courting. How long did you guys court?
17 months.
17 months.
How long?
17 months.
17 months.
That's a good long time.
Yeah.
And you got married. Well, do you know what year it was that you got married?
That was 1926. 1926
What?
What was 26?
when I got married.
How about 1950?
1950. That's
Maybe it just seems like it was since 26. So
Cut that part out.
So
50.
1950. So you have 3 sons. What year was Kenneth born?
43.
Mother.
53.
53. Oh, we don't want to have any babies out of wedlock here.
No, 53.
no, she was a good girl.
Oh, good. That's good.
No, she was a good girl.
Oh, good. That's good. And then Michael comes a little bit later.
54, yeah.
And then Jeffrey in what, 58?
58.
Yeah. Looking back, your sons, after you defeat 3 bad guys in World War II, you have 2 engineers and a vice president. Are you proud of your kids?
Yeah,
Very
very
much.
proud. Yes, I am. I love them all.
There you go.
And everybody loves me.
How old are you, Mr. Petro?
88. 88.
No, you're not.
90. 90.
I thought the ladies lied about their age.
98.
Sometimes you're 78.
98.
A day, I guess. I don't know.
And when you look back on your life, would you change anything?
No.
No?
I would get smarter.
Oh, okay.
I would get a better education. Because I didn't get no education. I quit. And they used to hide me in this place where I worked.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever the people would come around and, child labor.
Okay.
And I used to,
You were that young?
Huh?
You were that young, they had to hide you?
yeah,
Okay.
I went to work.
So, so you said your schooling. How much schooling did you complete?
I graduated from 8th grade.
From the 8th grade?
I wanted to be a plumber.
Okay.
So I went to plumbing school.
So, that's quite a bit of an accomplishment to live to 98, raise not only your kids, but some other people's kids. not foster kids, but maybe.
No, we took in a baby, Nana. I was like, they called me Nana.
Okay.
I had nothing. I was retired from regular working. I had enough. And I thought, well, then what do I do with myself? So, and I never had a girl. I wanted to raise a girl. So there was put an ad in the paper, and this man answered the ad. I forgot all about it, actually. And he called me. He says to me, I read your ad. He says, I'd like to come and see you on a Friday. This was in June. I'll never forget this. And him and his wife came, and I showed them the whole house. I cleaned the house. The house was, everything was clean. And she said, I want her. I said, I've raised three sons. So I'm a grandma. I said, and I love children. And I know. So I got a little girl to raise. She had a girl. And then she had a little boy. And I raised both of those kids from day one, just about,
Mm-hmm.
And then now the one's a dentist, the girl's a dentist, and the boy's a doctor. So they made it big, good.
And is the girls their names again?
Her Katie, and then his name is Clay.
That's quite a bit of accomplishment on 8 years of education.
Yeah.
What school did you go to? I wanted to send my kids there.
Conley Trade.
Conley Trade. They're down in the hill, right outside the Hill District.
Conley Trade School.
I think that building is still there. We have a lot of good footage here.
Is it good for you? Can I show you a picture of it?
Let's go to the pictures. Mr. Petro, and I want to thank you for your service, and
No problem.
Mrs. Petro for
I helped. I'm glad I could help you.
Putting up with 4 boys.
there you go.